president, and it seems that Republicans in Congress are paralyzed by the NRA. Surely mental health is an issue. But if the person who is mentally ill doesn't have a gun in their hand, they can't kill anybody. So at the end of the day, it seems to me that when the president speaks about these things and then talks about racism, and the reality is that unfortunately the president's remarks consistently raise the level of intolerance in our country. And instead of being the great uniter, he is the ultimate divider. We need reasonable gun safety measures that can ensure by a universal background check that someone who has a mental illness doesn't get access to a gun. Someone who is a domestic abuser doesn't get access to a gun. Someone who has a criminal record doesn't get access to a gun. And I mean a universal background check. So whether you buy that gun at a store, a licensed store, whether you buy it at a gun show, whether you buy it on the click of a mouse on your computer, it's universal. Secondly, we don't need weapons of mass destruction and mass murder. And so I voted for the assault weapons ban when I was in the House of Representatives. I believe it should be brought back. I believe that my legislation to stop high-capacity magazines are about high-capacity killing at the end of the day. You don't need 50 or 100 rounds if you're going hunting. And so these are the types of measures that can save lives, that can actually respond to it. So I think the president falls not only far short, but it's tragic that his commentary continuously breeds in our country an intolerance that we should not have. And so, I just think that he's fallen far short from the mark. And it's past time that we do more than thoughts and prayers to all of the victims and their families in these communities. It's time that we make them safer. And we can do that. Just have to have our colleagues break away from the shackles of the NRA. The only way I can pass a law is if I get 60 votes in the United States Senate. Democrats have 47 votes. That means we have to get 13 Republicans to join us in passing a law that can ultimately be sent to the president. So when you ask me, is there anything more I can do? I can challenge my colleagues. I have done that. I will continue to do that. But the numbers don't add up unless I get 13 Republicans as a minimum to ultimately join with Democrats to send universal background checks, ending high-capacity magazines, ending assault weapons. What I do think is possible until we get those 13 members is for the American people to rise up and say, I've had enough. I don't want to have my son and daughter go to an active shooter drill at a school. I don't want to worry that when I go to worship I might be killed. I don't want to worry when I go to the mall I might be shot. And if they do that, I am convinced we will get those 13 Republicans plus 4.